Srila Bhakti Siddantha Saraswati Thakur, the guru of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, appeared in Kshetradham, Jagannath Puri on 6th February 1874. How many years is that?
150.
150 years? 150th anniversary. As the son of Sachidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his childhood, he quickly mastered the Vedas, memorized the Bhagavad Gita, and relished his father's philosophical work. He became known as the living encyclopedia for his vast knowledge. How many verses in the Bhagavad Gita you memorized? All 700 verses. How many? Hare Krishna. It was his mind. If he reads anything, it will be in his memory. He used to go to the library and, read the whole library, all the books, memory. Such a eidetic memory they call it. He preached convincingly against casteism and philosophical deviation from the Gaudiya Vaishnava. I think this is a famous lecture that he gave on the Brahminism. I think there's a whole article difference between Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. His father was supposed to go for that talk. He could not make it. So he sent his son. So he went there and he spoke very highly of the Brahmins. They were so pleased. And after that, he dissected them. So that article is there if you want to read that. He tried to unite the four sampradayas. If you go to what month is that? Belur month? Yeah? What? That famous Gaudiya month is there? In Calcutta? Calcutta. What is that? That famous month is said? Belur month? What month is that? Bagh Bazaar, yes. If you go there, you see the temple that he built, the Gaudiya. And in four corners there will be the four acharyas. Huh? No, this is original Bagh Bazaar temple. Same, his standard is that he has the four acharyas in the four corners of the temple. If you go, you can see. So he tried to unite the four Vaishnava Sampradayas by publishing their teachings. Srila Saraswati Thakur earned the title Shima Guru for his fearless and powerful delivery of the Vaishnava Siddantha. Shima Guru means is the no compromise, no compromisation. Because of that, many of them try to kill him because of his, for his fearless and powerful delivery of the Vaishnava Siddhanta. Mayavadis would cross the street to avoid confronting the lion guru. Besides being a courageous preacher, he was ornamented with all divine qualities and full of ecstatic love of God. He established 64 Gaudiya Math temples in India and centers in Burma, England, and Germany. His three Brahad Mridangas printing press, one in Madras, one in Calcutta, and Krishnanagar. That's in Navadvip. Used to pump out books, magazines, and newspapers to spread the message of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. When asked why he printed a daily spiritual newspaper entitled Nadya Prakash, Srila Bhakti Siddantha Saraswati Thakur replied, if an insignificant city can produce 5 daily newspapers, then why can't we publish a newspaper every second about the eternal, ever-fresh, transcendental activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in His unlimited spiritual planet, Goloka Vrindavan? You mentioned that. How many newspapers we have in this world? Huh? See his vision. Apart from his father's writing, he published many authorized shastras, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Mangalam, Prema Bhakti Chandrika, and his favorite book, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. He predicted that foreigners would learn Bengali to relish the nectar left by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He introduced many innovations to expand preaching. All over India, he staged free theistic exhibits and dioramas depicting the pastimes of Krishna and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You know, these dioramas, the changing, all this was his, way of preaching. Employing the latest technology. In 1800, what technology was there? Employing the latest technology, even at animated dolls. How to do animated dolls at that time? To commemorate the many holy places visited by Lord Chaitanya, he installed marble impressions of the Lord's lotus feet. If you go to all the holy places, you can see there's a part Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He visited that place, he would have put the lotus feet. You know, if you go South India, Sri Rangam, there's a place there, his lotus feet. I think many places, Breaking tradition. This is the very interesting point here. Breaking tradition, he let his sannyasis wear tailored kurtas. You know what is tailored kurtas? You know, you're not supposed to wear stitched cloth. You cannot wear stitched cloth and go in front of the Lord. If you do that, you will be 7 years, you will take 7 lives and become a leprosy, just by wearing stitched cloth. And see how he changed that. You can wear coat. In fact, there's a picture of him wearing a coat, going to meet the British. And he also wrote in cars. When we preach to people, they say, why you don't go, sannyasis cannot cross ocean. They say that, But he encouraged. He sent his disciple to London to open temple. And motorboat, I don't know this motorboat. I guess they went on a boat thing and all over India. Bengal is full of rivers, no? And carry Mahaprabhu's message across the sea to Europe. So that's when he sent his disciples to London. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati revolutionary preaching ideas sprung from the Shastric principles of Yukta Vairagya set forth by Rasa Acharya Srila Rupa Goswami. Being an eternally liberated soul, Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur knew how to perfectly engage Maya, the illusory energy, in the service of Lord Krishna. So actually he was, staying in Mayapur, and he was in the heart and chanting 300,000 names one day, 176 or 92 rounds, like Haridas Thakur. He was chanting for 9 years. He was chanting in Mayapur, And then one day the Lord appeared Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, you go and preach, So he got the order from the Lord to go and preach. Let's see how he is empowered by the Lord. Therefore, he knew how to perfectly engage Maya, the illusory energy, in the service of Lord Krishna. Following Srila Thakur Bhaktivinoda's footsteps, he preached Daivya Varnashram. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was praying for a son who could help in preaching. And while he was praying, he did not know, because he had how many sons? 11 sons? 11 children? How many? 10 children? So he had 10 children and he was praying for a son who could help in preaching. He did not know which son was that. So when the cart stopped in front of his house in Jagannath Puri, if you go, the Gaudiya Math, it happened to be his house. So there, the mother took advantage because the father is the magistrate. In Jagannath Puri, the whole town is managed by the magistrate. So the cart stopped in front of his house and the mother took the child and put up on the cart. So in the cart there's so many garlands. Jagannath has, his two hands and so many garlands. And one of the garlands fell on the boy. So Bhakti Siddantha understood that this is the child who was sent by Vishnu. Okay? Did your flower drop on me? You went Jagannath Puri. Can't even see the Lord. Yeah? Have you been? It's so far. Now you cannot go inside anymore. Yeah, you cannot. I mean, I remember I went, where was that year? We went in and we could touch the Lord. 2001? Yeah? 11? Was it 2011? Yeah, we went. And at that time, a particular year that we went, they allowed everybody to go inside, and I think they have stopped the practice now. Yeah? So you see how the Lord, he understood and he put the garland on the little boy. And on that card itself, they did the anna, the first grain for the child. How auspicious. Nowadays, you cannot go up the card also. Finish. That also is stopped. Right? Auspicious. So he understood that this is the son that he has been praying for. He preached Daivya Varnashram. What's the difference between this Daivya Varnashram and ordinary Varnashram? Daivya Varnashram is not based on the birthright. This birthright business is Asura Varnashram. The Daivya Varnashram means the qualities based on the person's qualification and qualities. To harmonize society and provide spiritual fulfillment for all. And Varnashram means accepting Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Advocating the teachings of Rupa and Raghunath Das Goswami, he taught the science of devotional service and showed thousands how to attain pure love. Sri Sri Gandhavika Giridhari. This is his deity. Where is this deity? In Mayapur? Where in, what is that place? Birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Yoga Pit. Is it there, the temple? That temple is there? In Yoga Pit? Aside from this phenomenal preaching success in India, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's greatest contribution was his foremost disciple, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhu, whom he initiated and inspired to distribute Krishna consciousness all over the world. This is the biggest contribution. I think if it's not for that, I don't think we'll all be here. I don't know about you, I definitely will not be here for sure. When Srila Prabhupada was asked to describe the spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddantha Saraswati Thakur, he said, what can I say? He was a Vaikuntha man. You know, when he was walking, he said to his disciples, I think we should go to the moon planet and preach. They are not, they are not in Krishna consciousness. You see how he is. So in Radha Govinda's eternal pastime in Goloka Vrindavan, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur serves as Nayana Mani Manjari. His Pushpa Samadhis are at Radha Kund and Radha Kund, you know, have you been there? The room of his, have you seen? Huh? Have you been? So you go, you can see. And Radha Damodar, I don't know, Radha Damodar. Pushpa Samadhi is there. Yeah? So these are the brief pastimes of love. Of course, you can read the book. There's a book called Ray of Vishnu. You can read. It's a very nice book. But owing to time constraint, we just describing the pastime. Of course, you know also the incident of the mango. He never had mango whole life, huh? Right? So he is, in that sense, you know, very, very strict and very, you know, would say, powerful personality. He would sit straight, you know, Prabhupada said he'll never bend, he will always straight. That is one of its characteristics. And it is, what? A tilak without mirror. How many of you can do that? Practice? If it comes out crooked, we know. Right, so you can go to especially Jagannath Puri, this is the birthplace. And if you go Samadhi, yeah, this is he passed away. Where did he leave his? He left it. Then they took by train to Calcutta. Yes, and from Calcutta they brought to Mayapur. The whole town, the whole Calcutta was, because he was so well known in preaching, very powerful personality. So we, on this auspicious day, pray to him to bless us, because his desire is to always spread Krishna consciousness to all the world. That was his main thing. Because he saw this Ramakrishna mission having missions everywhere. So he wanted to, you know, spread the real teaching. In fact, the Mayavad, the Ramakrishna mission, all the brahmacharis all wear saffron. You know, so then he also started, no, all our men should wear saffron. Because saffron was only given to sannyasi. So he started, you know, completely, you know, competing with them and trying to annihilate them. So that was his mood. And so you see how by his desire we all are sitting here, and you know, because of his desire, Srila Prabhupada often says that I am only doing this by the mercy of my Guru Maharaj. He wanted this, by his blessing, come out with successful. So we owe a lot to him, because we may not know so much, but this is the disciplic succession. It descends in parampara. You understand? You cannot try to supersede and say, no, my guru is Prabhupada and I don't. So you can see here, I'll just show you one verse. How do you do that? F7, F2. Mahantam Bahumanena Dinanam Anukampaya Maitreya Chayatma Tulyeshu Yamena Niyamena Cha. Pure devotee should execute devotional service by giving the greatest respect to the spiritual master and the acharya. It is not only the spiritual master, but also the, you understand? He should be compassionate to the poor and make friendship with persons who are his equal, but all his activities be executed under the regulation and the control of the senses. So that the main point is that he should be giving greatest respect to the spiritual master and the acharyas. You know, not that we only think about our guru and that's it. You know, he's not my guru. No, it's all right. You know, huh? It's just not the, because this is the whole lineage. You know, it's not that just only your guru. The whole mercy comes from Krishna, from guru to like that. So therefore, a disciple should always be understanding this principle, because without the mercy of the acharyas, it is impossible to make spiritual advancement. So therefore, in this Bhagavatam verse, you can see, you know, the word here in Sanskrit is Mahantam Bahu Manena. Manena, Bahu Manena, means the greatest. It's not that we just think that this is not a big deal in Bhakti Siddantha or any other acharyas. We can just, you know, not observe. I think no need to fast. And I only fast for my guru. Huh? You understand? So all this kind of negative thinking is detrimental for advancement in spiritual life. And this is actually happening because many of them been decided, like he was speaking today this morning. No, this samsara song that we sang, not a Prabhupada song. Right? You understand? Because if you are a competitor to Prabhupada, then you will be offended. Why only for Prabhupada? You should sing for me also. You understand? So because you are trying to what? Compete. When you compete, then you have this enviness in your heart. Huh? You understand? The one boy drew the picture of Prabhupada and he gave to this so-called guru. And when the guru opened the picture and he saw, oh, why not about me? Eh? Huh? Yeah. So you see how the if you are not an authorized acharya and you want to take that credit, then competition will be there now, and we will breathe in all these anarthas. What is that? Huh? What is all the anarthas? Labha, kutinati, huh? Pratishta, you know, all these weeds will grow in the heart. But if you are actually a genuine disciple, then you will always be feeling to glorify the spiritual master. That should be the spirit, devotion, not becoming a competitor. The moment, as Prabhupada says here, the incident herein described is very significant. In a previous verse, it is said, Vina Mahapada Rajabhishekam. One cannot attain perfection without smearing the dust from the lotus feet of an exalted devotee on his head. If one always follows the order of the spiritual master, there's no question of falling down. As soon as the foolish disciple tries to overtake his spiritual master and becomes ambitious to occupy his post, he immediately falls. Yes? Huh? This is what's going on. This is what's going on. Because he's seeing his guru as a competitor. He's not interested in giving the greatest. These are all weeds in the heart. Weeds. Because the living entity is born into this material for with two conditions. What's that? Ichya, they will say samutena, sammuhena bhar. Ichya and envy and hate. Everybody. They're born like this. Inborn already. You cannot. So, in order to get that quality out, you must take a pure devotee spiritual master who can what? Pull these weeds out. You understand? It is that you cannot pull these weeds out by your own what you call uh, expertise. That's not possible. Right? It has to only be done by the help of the and Srila Bhakti Siddantha Saraswati Thakur is one such spiritual master. So we should take advantage. We should surrender on this holy day. Try to pray for his mercy. As they always say, this grandfather is more merciful than the father. So he is our Parama Guru. Yes. So let us pray to him to get his mercy. All right, without taking so much time, let us all pray to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Prabhupada for his divine mercy on us, especially preaching in this kind of places. It's very challenging, and more so trying to put Prabhupada in the center is even more challenging. So we have an uphill task, but I'm sure by his mercy, we can all succeed. Jai, the transcendental appearance of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Prabhupada ki. Gaur Premanandi. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.